What health insurance do you need for moving to Spain? That's the subject of today's show, and I'll be joined on the virtual settee shortly by our new specialist friend, Ciaran from Segur Caixa Adeslas, to answer your questions all about that. Stick around to the end. We always have extra information and news for you there. And don't forget, you can ask us anything in the comments below. In the meantime, gather round. It's time for our small but cosmic theme tune. Let's dance. Right, before I bring in our special guest, 3 very quick pieces of important information just for you. Number 1, you can help YouTooSpain to keep providing you with the oh-so-helpful things you learned today by making a donation through buymeacoffee.com. There's a link in the video description below. Number 2, check out our website, YouTooSpain.com, for more amazing information, blog articles and resources just for you. And last but not least, number 3, if you click on any of the links in the video description below, you'll get great discounts on things that you need and also excellent service from our tried and tested partners, and you'll be supporting YouTooSpain. For example, if you're buying a house or moving over here or sending over your regular pension or investments, you need Smart Currency Exchange. They're the best currency exchange company with the best service and the best advice to maximise your spending power and safeguard yourself against the sort of massive currency fluctuations we've been seeing recently. So use the Smart Currency Exchange link below to get your free account, free advisor, access to a 24-hour app and a whole range of services. Don't leave it till the last minute. Click on the link today. It's free. And remember, you'll be supporting YouTooSpain at no expense to you. It's a win-win-win-win-win. So without further ado, let's meet our wonderful guest. It's Ciaran from Segur Caixa Adeslas. Hola, amigo.
Hola, Skatz. Hello, how are you?
Very well, thanks. And you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on the show.
You're very welcome. It's good to hear the old Dublin accent again.
I'd say.
So, first of all, before we get into the questions, tell us very quickly about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, so I'm Ciaran, as you said, Skatz. I come from Dublin, Ireland, but I'm based in the international office of Segur Caixa Adeslas here in Madrid, Spain, and we're in charge of insurance for everyone. In specific, we take care of international insurance. So that's why I'm here today, answer any questions, any doubts, and I'd be happy to help.
So, health insurance in Spain. First of all, why do we need it? Can't we get healthcare for free in Spain?
No, in terms of the visa, you need both public and private insurance, and that's what we offer. Our private insurance has additional benefits than the public healthcare in Spain, and that's why we're here to help. Public healthcare in Spain has its advantages, but both has some disadvantages. So our private healthcare is an additional option, and that's why I'm here today to explain how we can be of benefit to anybody looking for private healthcare in Spain.
Excellent. I know some people like me, self-employed, or if you're working, or if you're retired, you can get access to the public healthcare. But as you say, there are advantages and disadvantages, and sometimes it's best anyway to have the extra cover, so you can also get the quicker service, I suppose.
Exactly.
What's the difference between expat insurance and travel insurance?
Yeah, so travel insurance usually has a limit of typically 3 months abroad, whereas expat insurance doesn't. It allows you continuous insurance for your duration, no matter how long you stay in Spain. Typically, travel insurance only covers emergencies, whereas our expat insurance covers emergencies, medical specialities, hospitalizations, and ICUs, and a lot more. In terms of visa and residency applications and renewals in Spain, travel insurance doesn't cover. Our expat insurance meets the requirements of residency applications and visa renewals and visa applications.
Excellent. So can anybody get cover even if they've got pre-existing conditions?
It depends on the pre-existing conditions. When we're insuring you, we do ask for you to put in your pre-existing conditions, and depending on the pre-existing condition and the level, what we do is we have a special case and we put that forward through to our office, and that will decide whether we can provide insurance. So for some pre-existing conditions, yes, we can insure you, no problem. But there is also some that we have to dive a little bit deeper in and discuss it amongst ourselves.
And if somebody has those pre-existing conditions and you can give them a policy, will that policy still be sufficient for the Spanish authorities when, for example, you're applying for a visa or residency?
Yes, if you have pre-existing conditions and we cover you, that is absolutely fine when you're going for your visa application or your renewal.
You said that sometimes pre-existing conditions can mean that cover is refused, is that right?
Yeah, so our office will decide. So if you have a pre-existing cover, we can decide not to insure you. It just depends on the condition.
So can the period of the insurance be changed or cancelled or extended?
In terms of, you can change the insurance period up to 3 business days before the insurance starts. And then for extensions of 3 months or more, you can purchase from our website. So if you'd like to cancel your policy, Skatz, how we do that is we only cancel your policy if your visa application or renewal has been rejected. Therefore, we need the proof of rejection, so your rejection letter, or else if there was a death, in that case, then we'd need a death certificate, or else in the case that you fell very ill, we would need proof of a very serious illness. Any of them 3, then we are able to cancel the policy. If you want to cancel, you just have to email us info@innoinsure.com, and that's how we can cancel the insurance.
How long should your insurance cover?
Yeah, so the insurance should cover your entire stay in Spain. So that's the day that you arrive in Spain until the day that you leave. So for example, if you're there for 6 months, it should cover the entire 6 months. If you're there for 1 year, it should cover the entire year from the moment you set foot in Spain to the moment you leave.
So you do the insurance, kind of the cover starts on the day that they intend to start in Spain.
Exactly.
But it's kind of set up before they go to the appointment.
Exactly, yeah.
And when do clients receive the documents?
So usually the documents will be sent in 1 working day. At the latest, it will be 2 to 3 working days, and the documents will be sent over to you in our office here. We tend to do things very quickly and have the documents sent to the client as soon as possible.
That's worth knowing. Watch as if you're, setting up your appointment, you need to get that paperwork, and it's sent from Spain, presumably.
Yeah, exactly. Sent from our office here in Madrid, Spain.
Do you do them through email, or do they have to come as paper documents?
No, we can do it through email. Send the information through email, and then once the physical card is available, and that will be sent as well within 2 to 3 working days.
We'll talk about that card in a minute. That's interesting. And we'll put details of how to contact you, by the way, underneath this video in the video description. So if anybody needs any more details after this video, of course, you can still ask questions in the comments below, but you can get directly into contact with Ciaran through our special link that we're going to have below the video, and he'll know that it's come through from YouTooSpain. So that's good to know. Right then, so there's something called a deductible on policies. What's that all about?
So deductible is the amount paid by the policy holder before the cover comes into play, but our insurance doesn't have deductibles, which is nice to know. So they're not paying any additional fees before they're actually covered.
Mm-hmm. So when do they actually make the payment? Do they do it when the coverage starts, or do they kind of do it in advance to set it up?
Yeah, they can do it in advance to set it up, but they pay, for example, if a client would like to be insured for 1 year, they pay for that 1 year, for example, the 1st of January to the 1st of January, and the money they pay for that 1 year cover, they don't pay anything else.
Now, there's something called a waiting period. I used to think that this was the waiting period for getting treatment, and also it doesn't mean that your insurance doesn't start straight away, does it? It means something else.
Yeah, so the waiting period is the waiting period a client or a customer has to wait before their insurance comes into effect, and the same as the deductibles, air insurance doesn't have waiting periods. As soon as the insurance starts, it starts. So no waiting period for the customers, which is important to know.
For some people, and I know on some policies, other companies do this waiting period where there are some services that they can't get in the first 6 months, for example.
Yeah, so it for example, their policy might start and they're only able to avail of some of the benefits, whereas with air insurance, there's no waiting period. So from the start, they're able to avail of all of the benefits of the insurance from the get-go.
Mm-hmm. That's lovely to hear. In the Dublin accent, air insurance, you keep saying, which that means our insurance, if anybody doesn't understand that. I'm so used to the accent.
Difficult accent to understand, I'm sorry.
No, it's one of those accents that people love to hear on customer service. Apparently it's a really, really welcoming accent, and I think it is too. But whereas my accent is one of the ones, a kind of Midlands, Northern England sort of accent, is one of those ones that people say, no, this is we need either posh English or we need maybe actually Newcastle works as well, and Irish is one of the best. So
okay.
There we go. So it's good to have you on the show. I'm sure that people are lapping it up.
I hope so.
So there's also something called co-payments. So explain that to us.
So co-payment is a flat fee paid by the policyholder at a clinic or a hospital for a covered service. And so they're paying additional fees for a service at a clinic or a hospital. Same as waiting periods and deductible air insurance doesn't have co-payments. So when you go to the hospital or to a clinic to get treatment or to visit the doctor, you're not paying any additional money. So once you are insured, there is no co-payment on air policy.
That is very good, because some people who've tried to get a visa say you're not allowed to have co-payments on the policy, and otherwise you don't get the visa.
Some consulates and embassies, as part of the insurance, there must be no co-payments, no deductibles, and no waiting periods, which is brilliant, as air insurance doesn't have any of them. There will be no problems when you are getting your visa insurance.
Brilliant. Do you have to be in the UK when you buy the insurance, or can you buy it if you currently live in Spain?
Yeah, if you live in Spain or back home, wherever that may be, in the UK, America, Ireland, you can buy air insurance. If you've already moved over to Spain and you're currently based in Spain, you can buy air insurance from your address in Spain. That's no problem.
Okay then, so what does the insurance cover? Is it everything? Is dental included, for example?
Yeah, so dental is covered. So that includes your dental checks, your consultations, and also simple extractions. So that includes, for example, a child, their tooth is nearly on the way out, a simple extraction like that, and once a year a cleaning service. That's also included as part of the dental insurance. Anything more than that isn't covered.
Looking at time for the sort of documents to arrive after you've applied, how long does that take for you to get them all ready and have them sent out?
It should take one working day at the latest as well. It should be sent over within 2 to 3 working days, but usually after 1 working day, the documents are sent over.
Mm-hmm. That's handy to know. We'll get back to this insurance card you mentioned. What's that about, and how long does that take to arrive?
So the physical card is necessary for your insurance, and this as well is usually within 1 business day and 2 to 3 business days at the latest. And we will send the card by post. What's
it needed for? Is it something you have to hand in at the health centre?
Yeah, once you're going to a health centre or a clinic for a visit, you must give your passport and the physical insurance card.
Is there a digital version of the insurance card?
Yeah, so we have the physical and the digital version of the cards. Both are accepted in the hospital and in the clinic. So, but the digital card is what we email to you, so you have access to it on your phone. You can also print it out, and then the physical card is a physical copy.
I've heard that different health centres and doctors use different insurance companies, so you need to be in the right area. And if that's the case, do you have lists of which ones you cover? Are you available all across Spain?
We're available all across Spain. There's Seguro Caixa Desles health clinics and centres all across Spain. So in the specific area you're based, whether it be Andalusia, in Madrid or Barcelona, we will tell you all of the local and available centres that you can visit. But we have clinics all across Spain.
Yeah, it's very important, I suppose, for people to check that before they choose where they're going to live. They make sure that their health insurance ties in with where there's a clinic nearby, near enough by, so that you can get to it.
Exactly.
And as I always advise people, it's good to be on kind of public transport routes or fairly near to a main road or a town where the services that you need to access are. So when you see a doctor at a local hospital, you go in, maybe you've got an illness, would you pay for the medical expenses in advance and then claim it back?
Prescriptions are covered. So when you visit the hospital or the clinic and they provide you with prescription medicines, that is covered in our insurance cover. You do not need to pay for any of that. It is when they require you to visit, for example, a pharmacy a week or a month later to get more prescription medicine, then that is not covered. You'll have to pay for that yourself. But when you visit the hospital or the clinic, the medicine that is given to you is covered by our insurance cover.
So is there some kind of visa insurance, and if so, who can buy that?
Yeah, so our visa insurance is our expat insurance, and that is available to anybody who is looking for a visa during their visa application and also during their visa renewal. Our expat insurance is available for that, and it covers anybody who would like to come to Spain on any type of visa. Our expat insurance covers the requirements.
So do you need an address in Spain to get insurance?
When you buy the insurance, you can be in your home country. The physical card is sent to our office, and then you need to have a home address in Spain for us to send the physical card to you.
That's good. So, and that doesn't have to be a permanent address. It could be a postbox address.
Exactly. And then we will send that the physical insurance card to that address in Spain.
And finally, do you need a Spanish bank account?
No, you do not need a Spanish bank account. Here we accept both credit and debit cards, and we also accept over 130 different currencies. So you do not need to have a Spanish bank account. So,
well, that's all of the questions I've got here. I'm sure that people online will be able to ask questions afterwards. Anything else to add, Ciaran, then, before we say goodbye?
No, I suppose, as you said, if anybody has any questions, they can leave a comment, and then we'll be happy to answer any questions. If anybody has any specific questions whatsoever, feel free to send them over, and we will be happy to help. For sure, our team here is working here during the week, dealing with any individual queries. So no problem at all. Just let us know.
Brilliant. And just a reminder for everyone, you can ask in the comments below, and I can pass them on to Ciaran, or you can contact him directly via the link in the video description below, and he'll know it's come from YouTooSpain. So, time to say a huge thank you and give Ciaran a big virtual hug from us all and a wave goodbye. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Skatz. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me on, and I hope it was useful for everybody, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I'm sure it'll be useful. So hopefully we'll see you again one day. You never know.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks again. Bye-bye. Right then, next week on the show we'll have another expert special guest to answer all of your questions. In the meantime, keep an eye out for our midweek videos on Wednesdays and the YouTube shorts that I've started putting out. They are less than a minute long, loads of fun. Watch them and share them around to your friends. They'll have a link in to one of the bigger videos. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and click all on the notifications bell, and you'll be the first to know what's coming up every week. And I'll see you next Saturday at our regular time of 9 a.m. if you're in the UK or Ireland or the Canary Islands, or 10 a.m. if you're in Spain or Central Europe already. I can't wait. My lovely wife Liz says hi. You can join her for free virtual yoga and meditation on her YouTube channel, YouTube Yoga and Aromatherapy. The link below with the other ones. That's all for this week. Someone pass around the tapas. I've got the munchies again. Peace and love. Oh, and one more little cosmic dance. Bye. See you.